I'm in the kitchen today and I am going to show you how to make dill green beans, but it's not the traditional kind where you're going to be canning them. This is fermented dill green beans and I love them. They are absolutely delicious. I'm on my last jar here and this is from July 29th, 2024. And they are still crunchy. Listen to this. They're great. I use the brine for making my ranch dressing. So instead of like using buttermilk or something, I will use the brine from the fermented green beans. And then it just tastes like pickle juice. And then I will chop up the green beans super small like a mince, and I will stick them in the dressing as well. Makes it for the best ranch dressing I've ever had. So I've got fresh dill out in the garden. I have fresh red onions out in the garden ready to pick. And I've already picked my green beans. I got a whole bunch of them here that I need to process today. And so come with me to the garden while I get the dill and the onions and we'll get started. Heading to the garden. Hey, Toby. Okay, we're gonna get the dill first. Okay, this messy patch here is onions and parsley and cilantro. So let me find a couple of good onions here that might be ready to go. Oh, there's a good one too. I just want a little bit of onion in my stuff here. And I'm gonna grab a couple of these leaves for the tops of the jars, because you have to keep it from not exposed to oxygen, and so I'll use this to seal off the top of the jar. And I will show you. There's my bowl. Okay, so I've got my green beans washed and ready to go here. I'll just move them off to the side. So you can either leave them whole if you want, or you can snap them in half. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and snap them in half. Maybe I'll do a jar of each. How about that? So this is a nice long one, so I'll set that over here. And then the other thing you want to do is get the little stem end off of it. So any bean that's going to be long and straight, I'm going to set over here for a separate jar. And then the little ones like this, I'll put in a different jar. All from seeds that I have saved over the last couple of years. In fact, I think these ones were from 2023 and they are coming in great. A little late this year. I'm usually picking beans, first week of July, and here we are almost, midway through, a little bit past midway through, and they're just now starting to come in. I'm gonna put that one over here. But it's been cool outside and we haven't had that much sun. Something else strange that I'm noticing is my sunflowers, all the plants out there, like in the late afternoon, like around 3 or 4 o'clock, I'm noticing that they aren't facing the sun. It's kind of strange because, I thought sunflowers rotated to follow the sun, but they are not doing that this year. It kind of makes me wonder, is it safe for me to be out in the sun? And you don't have to use a knife for this. You can also just like snip it off with your fingers too. Either way, whatever, it's a matter of personal preference. Okay, so I have my red onion here from the garden, and I am going to slice this in kind of large chunks. I don't want little tiny pieces in there. I want to be able to get a bite of onion, fermented onion, when the time comes. So, and let me tell you, these are potent. Very strong onion flavor, so it won't take much. And I think that's all I'm going to need for these 2 jars. That's going to be plenty. So I've got my beans prepared here. I've got the ones that are long. These will be just like what you would eat as a snack. And then these are ones that, I'll probably end up making dressing out of because they're already a little bit smaller. So I've got my clean jars here. Now I'm going to put the beans in there with some onion, some dill, And it doesn't take much because the flavors just magnify in these jars. Put another sprig of dill in there, a little bit more onion. Pack it in. I could probably get more in here. Yeah, I could, couldn't I? Now, how I do this might be a little bit different than other ways you might have seen, but so how I do this, it's a little bit differently than you may see some other people doing it, but I don't mix a brine separately. I just dump the salt right in here and then pour water over the top of it. So let me get my salt. Teaspoon of Redmond salt. That's what I happen to be using here. I don't like sea salt. Anything coming out of the ocean these days is questionable in my opinion. So teaspoon of salt, maybe a teaspoon and a half just to be on the safe side. Pour it right over that. And then I fill my jars with water. Got my jars filled with water, and you don't want to use tap water for this, nothing with chemicals in it. I've got good well water here. If you need to go and buy a jug of water and filter it out, do that. Okay, so these, I'm gonna just kind of like push that down a little bit, and I'm probably gonna have to drain some of this liquid off. Yep, I'm gonna have to. A little bit of headspace, because what you're gonna do, well, I'll get to that in a minute. Now, you can also add seasonings to this. Anything you want, really. I mean, I could make spicy green beans and add a little bit of cayenne pepper to this, or jalapenos, which I've got in the fridge. I should have done that. Oh well, next batch. Okay, so the next step, so I pick these kale leaves, and you're gonna just seal off this jar so none of your stuff is exposed to the air. I've been doing this a while now, and I have never had a bad batch. Now, if I needed to add a little bit more water to this, I can. I could probably get away with half a leaf here. There you go. Everything's covered. And now I'm going to seal up my jars. Okay, so, and by sealing the jars, all I meant was putting a lid on it. So you put a lid on it, you're going to let these sit out probably going to let these sit out for like at least 2 weeks here, maybe a week, depends on if the weather warms up. And then every single day, since they're sitting here on the counter and I'm going to be walking by them, I'm going to burp the jar. And you do that just by cracking the lid, letting the exhaust out, I don't know what you would call it, and putting it back. And then whenever they get to the flavor that you like, you pop them in a cool place, which for me is the refrigerator, and they will last you quite some time. They should. Like I told you, I got this jar here from 2024. They're still crunchy, and it's time for me to make some more. And you don't have to use a mason jar. Like this is a leftover spaghetti sauce jar. I save all of these specifically for fermenting because I don't have to have a special seal on it. So these are perfect for like fermenting apples, green beans, carrots, onions, peppers, whatever it is that you want to ferment. So that is the quick rundown on one way to process some of your garden produce. And since I have all this stuff out, I figured I would show you real quick how I make the ranch dressing. So I have my fermented dill green beans here chopped up. It's actually kind of a rough chop, but it's about as small as I can get them. And I've got equal parts sour cream and mayonnaise there. Put this in. Then I'm going to take some of the juice from here, dump that in, and then you can put whatever spices you want. And I go heavy on the seasoning. Granulated onion, granulated garlic, black pepper. I think I'm going to put some of my oregano in there. Oregano. This is also from my garden. Just crush a little bit in there. Dill from my garden. And I suppose I could use the fresh stuff I just picked, but this is ready to go. So dill, dried dill from the garden. I might put some cayenne in here too. We'll see. And you just mix it up and then add more brine or whatever kind of liquid you want. You could put milk or water. I usually just do water until it's the consistency that you want. So like right now, it's kind of like a dip. And then you can, oftentimes I'll leave it thick like this. And then if I want it to be a thinner consistency, like for a dressing, when I'm ready to eat it, then at that time I will take a little bit of the concentrate out and then thin it down that way. That way I'm not stuck with only a thin dressing. I've got either a dip or a dressing in the fridge. And then you just let this sit, and then the flavors will blend together and it's really good. The other thing, I mean, you can do a taste test and do whatever you want, but you probably won't need to even add salt to this because you're using the saltwater brine from the green beans.